Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first playoff show of the year as we've officially entered the best part of the season. We've got a lot to cover here today on Bulls Weekly. Not only do we have to get you ready for the showdown with the Rochester IceHawks, but we will get you up to date on the entire NA3HL playoff picture. 48 teams in the league. Only 32 of them are left standing. After this weekend, we'll be down to just 16. On this episode of Bulls Weekly, we'll also show you who led the team in points this season, and of course, we'll show you the top plays of the weekend. Let's get the show started with the recap against Peoria and La Crosse. Friday night, we were scoreless after one, but then Tyler Bump got the Bulls on the board with his 12th goal of the season. The Mustangs would tie it, and we would head to the third, knotted at 1. Sean Mounty would net a shorthanded goal just 12 seconds into the period. That goal got him to the 20-goal club, and his 21st goal would give the Bulls the 3-1 lead in the third. They would need it as Jordan Hillman got the Mustangs within a goal. Bulls would hang on to win the game 3-2, and Drew Seitz got the win in net for North Iowa. He made 21 saves. On Saturday night, it was the same story as neither team could score in the first again. This time, however, it was Peoria striking first blood as Braden Stewart got the puck past new North Iowa goaltender Seth Isley. Early in the third period, the Bulls tied the game thanks to Tyler Bump as he gets his second goal of the weekend. Unfortunately for the North Iowa fans, Austin Wisely would score the game winner for Peoria as the Mustangs left Mason City with a 2-1 victory. In his first career junior game, Isley stopped 23 of 25 shots. A rare Sunday home game for North Iowa saw them facing the La Crosse Freeze in their regular season finale. Unlike the previous two nights, the fans at the North Iowa Ice Arena wouldn't have to wait until the second period to see the red light turn on. Tyler Bump scored a pair of goals in the opening period. Brendan Studioso and Mitch Parsons also chipped in goals as well. It was a 4-0 lead for North Iowa after 20 minutes. The Freeze would make things kind of interesting as they scored 2 goals to cut the deficit to 4-2, but Josh Arnold would find Bump in the final minute so he could complete the hat trick with an empty net goal. Brady Myers gets the win in between the pipes. He denied 26 of 28 free shots. 47 games done. The regular season is over. Let's check out who led the North Iowa Bulls in points this season. The answer would be Marshall Barnes. He led the team in points with 74 and assists with 51. Connor Clemens finished as the team's leader in goals with 33. He was the only Bull to reach the 30-goal plateau. Owen Larson finished third in points with 63. He finished second in goals and assists. Sean Mounty would also hit the 60-point mark, 21 goals and 39 helpers in his second season with North Iowa. Rounding out the top 5 is Josh Arnold. He had 41 points in 42 games, just shy of averaging a point per game. He had 17 goals to go with 24 assists. Playoff time is here again. 32 teams vying for the Silver Cup. As you should know, your North Iowa Bulls are the defending champions, trying to keep the other 31 teams off their mountaintop. The division semifinals are quite simple. Best 2 out of 3. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Let's stay in the Central Division as your Bulls are the 1 seed taking on Rochester. The winner of this series will take on the winner of La Crosse and Wisconsin for the right to go to Romeoville. In the Coastal Division, the Long Beach Sharks and NA3HL points leader Martins Vitellans will host the Northeast Generals, while the New England Stars take on the Cape Cod Islanders. In the East, that's where you'll find the number 1 overall seed, the Metro Jets, 47 games, 47 wins. They've not lost a game since the Silver Cup Championship last year to your North Iowa Bulls. Their first test is the West Michigan Wolves. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh will do battle with Toledo in the first round. In the Frontier, we've already had 2 teams eliminated as the Gillette Wild beat the Helena Bighorns 2-1 in their play-in series. The Wild scoring a 4-3 win in the deciding Game 3. We also had an upset out west. The 5-seed Bozeman Ice Dogs are still dancing after sweeping the Missoula Junior Bruins 2-0. Yellowstone will get Bozeman. Gillette advances to meet Great Falls. In the Midwest, St. Louis will host Cincinnati, while Peoria and Nashville will do battle to see who will go to the West Division Finals. In the Northeast Division, Rock City, needing a win in their final game to leapfrog the Lockport Express, are able to get a 1-0 victory and a berth in the NA3HL playoffs. Their reward? A date with the Binghamton Junior Senators, a team that is 45-1, 0-1, and has won 23 in a row. Good luck with that. Jersey Shore, the defending champions of the NA3EHL before its assimilation into the NA3, will take on Syracuse in their first round matchup. In the South, Texas wins its final game to win the South Division regular season title. They will meet the Point Mather Ducks. Both these teams made to Silver Cup last season. That will certainly not happen again. The Atlanta Capitals are the 2 seed, and they will battle 3rd-seeded Euless. Finally, in the West Division, probably the toughest in the entire league, Granite City will battle Breezy Point, while Alexandria will host the New Ulm Steel. But as all sports fans should know, the games aren't played on paper. They are played on the ice, and that's where anything can happen. Hopefully you filled out your March Madness bracket because that begins today, but you still have an extra day to fill out your NA3HL bracket. Some series have already started, but the Bulls don't play until tomorrow, so we'll give you a little extra time. North Iowa and Rochester have met 6 times this season. The Bulls won all 6, but 3 of those games were decided by just 1 goal. The Bulls have never lost to the Ice Hawks, and if you ranked all the teams in the Silver Cup playoffs, Rochester will be ranked 32 out of 32, as they finish with just 21 points. The Ice Hawks' top 3 skaters are Colby DiCarlo, Skylar Watt, and Ethan Sevick. Austin Wren is technically 3rd in points on this Rochester club, but he hasn't played since January, and we saw him in a cast back in February, so he may not be ready to go just yet. DiCarlo led all Ice Hawks with 28 points, his 20 assists also leading the team. Mason City native Skylar Watt was the team's goals leader in the regular season with 13, but he has yet to score against his hometown team. Actually, he hasn't even registered a point in 5 games against the Bulls. Ethan Sevick, who I personally believe is the best player on this Rochester club, finished with 21 points, led all defensemen 12 goals, and also chipped in with 9 apples. In the crease, it's between Bailey Schmitz and Drew Schenkenberg. Schmitz has the better goals against average and the better save percentage. Schenkenberg has more wins. It really makes no difference who is in net for Rochester if they can't limit the shots on goal from North Iowa. Last time these two clubs met, the Bulls won 5-1, and frankly, it could have been 12-1. North Iowa outshot Rochester 60-18, 16-3 in the first period, and 21-5 in the third period. Bailey Schmitz was incredible, stopping 48 out of 50 shots in relief of Schenkenberg. For the final time, we bring you the top plays of a regular season weekend, and as tradition goes, we will start with number 5. Third period on Saturday, North Iowa yet to score a goal, so who do you give it to? You give it to Tyler Bump, who races by the defender and slides it by JT Kosakowski. More from Bump to come later in the countdown. Number 4, great individual effort here from Brendan Studioso, wins the battle behind the net, throws it out front for Sean Mowney, and just 12 seconds into the third period on Friday, the Bulls come away with a short-handed goal. Number 3, this time will be Studioso benefiting from the hard work of his teammate. Studi gets himself in the slot. Dolter grabs the puck and gives him a perfect pass to set up the goal. Number 2, Tyler Bump hasn't been here too long, but he sure is making himself a fan favorite. A perfect lead pass from Braxton Collins springs Bump for the breakaway try, and he would bury his second of the night. He would add one more later for the hat trick. Number 1, the setup was all Nick Klitschko's. He works himself away from a pair of Mustangs, tight ropes the blue line, and then he has the awareness to find Sean Mowney on the other side of the ice. This was the second of the night for Mowney, and it turned out to be the eventual game winner. There you have it, the top plays of the week from the 3-game weekend, but now it's time to get serious. The playoffs have arrived, and it all gets started tomorrow night at the Barn. 31 other teams trying to take the Bulls Cup away, and the first one up is the Rochester Ice Hawks. The Bulls will be wearing special St. Patrick's Day uniforms to celebrate the holiday. Those will be auctioned off after the game, so if you missed out on last week's auction, you still have a chance to pick up an amazing-looking jersey. Watch the action on Hockey TV if you can't make it to the Barn, but do your best because we've got some rally towels to give out, and we need you to be loud tomorrow night. The puck drops at 7:30 tomorrow. Join us for a pregame tailgate. So much information in so little time. I want to thank you for tuning in to Bulls Weekly this week. Next week, we'll be back to talk more playoffs. Until then, though, my name is Vane Paracelli, and we will see you next time here on Bulls Weekly.